This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so in last 15 sessions, we discussed about that Linux commands and shell scripting, right? So these two topics we have completed. These are the prerequisites to become a DevOps engineer. Without knowing these, okay, it's a very difficult. But you can start at least from today onwards. So we are going to start that DevOps tools. Parallelly, you can complete whatever it is done, right? So, but if you want to know end to end, if you want to learn, you have to know Linux commands and shell scripting. Okay. So today we are going to start that first DevOps tool, GitHub, Git and GitHub. So Git is different and GitHub is different. We'll discuss what is the difference between Git and GitHub. Right. So before starting, Ravi Kumar is asking one question. My Linux server stuck in 1 by 2 check status. It's not connecting. So what is error you are getting, Ravi Kumar? So just restart that server. Select that server, stop and start it, or you can select the restart. Right. So if you any issue with the connecting, sometimes due to network, okay. See, it is showing that 2 by 2 checks passed. Right. So then only you can able to confirm. You can able to connect it. So if you are not able to connect, if you have any some issues with net, that server, restart that server. So select the server, go to the instance state, see here, reboot is there, and stop the server or you can start again. Clear? Then it is going to work. So after restarting, wait 5 minutes or 10 minutes so that your server will be fully up and running. Then you can connect to that server. Clear? So Madam Shilpa, every day she's saying that no audio, sir. You are the person only facing the issue. Okay, just check that from your laptop. Is there any speakers or any issue? Okay, try to log in from app. Okay, tab, sir, tab. I was not getting while printing numbers side by side. Just ping me in Skype. Okay, so you know, personally we'll check that. So by doing restart, it is not working, sir, from last 3 days. I'm facing the issue. Just remove that server and you can create it new server. Don't get stuck with that one. Okay. So, sir, yesterday you asked to remind about the difference between Perl, Python, shell scripting. Good. Yes. Thank you, Santosh. Smita has she has to remind us, but anyway, you reminded. Good. So before starting today's DevOps first tool, GitHub administration, we'll discuss about that difference between Perl, Python, and shell script. Okay. Even we have Groovy script also, okay, which we are going to discuss as part of our. So guys, can you able to hear me? Okay. So very less people only. I think 2 or 3 people they are saying they are not able to. Ask them to rejoin. Okay. Ask them to rejoin. Who are facing the audio issue, ask them to rejoin. And already I mentioned, right, you should not supposed to join from the mobile. If you have any concerns, let us know. The admin team is pinging me, sir. Some people are joining from mobile. Okay, what is the problem with you guys to join from that laptop? No issues, right? Madhu Reddy, we are going to dismiss you. Muhammad Riaz. Okay, so let me continue. So Python, Perl, Groovy script, it is having their own libraries, right? See, if you take that Python having that its own many packages. With the help of that one, if you install one package, right, Python packages, it is going to add one extra feature, right? So, but shell script don't have any rich libraries, right? So, shell script is nothing but it's a one simple file. We are going to keep the commands. Yes or no? But Python it's not like that one. So, Python having many OOPS concepts, many features like OOPS, right? Object oriented programming, right? Inheritance, polymorphism, hmm, overriding, overloading. Many features are there compared to that shell scripting. Okay. So with help of the shell scripting, we are not able to achieve all the things automation, right? If you see, so now 7:30 batch, I'm discussing about that Ansible. So Ansible is developed using the Python. So if you want to develop some custom modules in the Python, we are going to use that Python only. Okay, without Python, okay, if you are not able to develop that custom modules, okay, so that's why at least as a DevOps engineer, you should know that Python core Python that modules are there, right? So you don't want to learn that full stack Python. In the full stack Python, you will see that Django framework, and you should know that database along with the Python core, right? But using the shell script, you are not able to automate those tasks in the Ansible. Okay, so Perl, Python, even Groovy script also having many rich libraries, inbuilt libraries. Okay, is it hard to learn Python, sir? It is not that much. Okay, difficulty if you attend classes and if you follow that all the instructions, it is very simple. Even our Python trainer also having very good experience and he is teaching very nicely. However, we are teaching these things, right? He have 17 years of experience. Okay. So if anybody want to enroll, you guys can enroll it. So already it started the batch. So 3 classes is over. So the batch timings will be 7:30 to 8:30. 1 hour, 1.5 hour daily. Okay. Or after completing this DevOps training, also you guys can enroll that. Suresh Kumar is asking, sir, if DevOps engineers learns Django and database, is there any advantage? See, yes, at any time, if you have other than your technical skills, okay, it's add-on only, right? Clear? So now we'll start the term. First DevOps tool, GitHub administration. So in this GitHub administration, we'll discuss about that as a DevOps engineer, what we are going to do, what are our roles and responsibilities. So what is the use of this GitHub? What is this GitHub? Anybody idea? Any answer? Anybody? Version control system, source code management tool. Okay, good. See, yes, source code management tool. See, I want to develop that one application. Assume it is a Facebook application. So if you want to develop this application, okay, as a developer, they are going to write the source code, right? We need to write the source code, right, to develop this Facebook application. So assume we recruited that three developers to develop this Facebook application. So developer one has started writing source code, and he has written one Java class called as dbtools.java. dbtools.java. Developer two has written that string utils.java. String utils.java. So developer 3 is going to work on dbtools.java, whatever the file which is developed by the developer 1. Okay, and developer 1 is going to work on string utils.java file which is developed by developer 2. So now how these guys are going to share the source code among themselves? How those guys are going to share the source code among themselves? Hmm? Through emails, through communicators, no, right? We should not supposed to share the source code through emails, right? Sudarshan Reddy Singh through pen drive. Man, where you are in? You are in software industry, right? Or already you are working in IT. Never ever we are going to use the pen drive. If you put that pen drive to your office laptop, next day you are going to be terminated. Okay? And also you should not supposed to share this source code through emails or through communicators. Okay. So I will tell you, Sudarshan Reddy, if you keep the pen drive, what will happen? So it's happened around 13 years back. Hmm. So one of my friend, uh, he joined in one company as a developer, Java developer. So he got that laptop. So that time they were giving the laptop. Some companies they were doing the work from home also. So he was a bachelor that time. So he was staying with his friends. One of his friend, what he did, hey, he is working in this company, right? He have the project source code. So let me take that source code. So like that, when he was sleeping, he opened that laptop and he knows that credentials. First of all, we should not supposed to share any credentials to anybody, even your friend, your relatives, anybody, even your manager also. You should not supposed to share any credentials, right? So somehow he knows that credentials. What he did, he put that pen drive and he copied that source code. Next day he went to office and he put that internet cable to that laptop. He connected immediately. That laptop has scanned by that some programs. So it escalated. Everyone got that first. The security team got that mails, and immediately it mails are triggered to that his manager, HR, and all. Next day they terminated. They asked, so why you put that pen drive? So at least he could say that unknowingly I put that pen drive. What he said, he is very honest like me. He told that my friend put that pen drive. Oh, your friend also know about your laptop credentials? How he is accessing your laptop? So like that they asked questions and they terminated him. You should not supposed to keep any USB devices. Okay, and also you should not supposed to share the source code through emails. I will share one incident. What happened? If you share that source code through emails, next day you are going to be out. So one of our student, okay, he got the job on Devops and he joined in one company. And after some time, he got one requirement on shell script. So he wants some help to finish the task. What he thought, okay, let me call to my friend. He knows already, and like that he said. What his friend said, hey, share with me that shell script to my email ID so that I will check and I will help you. Okay, so that company also very good company. Okay, Walmart. So he said he shared some shell scripts to his friend. Immediately he got the mail from HR. We are going to terminate you. Okay, we should not supposed to share any source code, any line of source code to your personal email IDs or your friend's email IDs also. One more incident. One of our student he joined in one company. Same he also got that requirement on shell script. So that time 2 3 years back there is no work from home option some companies, right? There is no work from home that option. So he thought, and Friday he got that requirement. He thought that okay, let me send to my personal email ID so that Saturday Sunday I will work from my home. I will go through this source code in my PC like that. He can't. He thought and he shared that. So Monday they terminated him. You should not supposed to share any source code through emails for your personal emails or your friends' emails and through communicator also, right? So after giving all these incidents, still some people are doing the mistakes. Even 8 months back, one of the guy he did the same thing. Hmm. See, multiple incidents I'm sharing with you guys. What you have to do, what you should not supposed to do. But still, some people are doing the mistakes and they are losing the jobs. Hmm. Right? Just follow my instructions. Okay. Whatever we are teaching that best practices, follow. What you should not supposed to do, don't do those things. Clear? So then what we have to do now in this case? We should not supposed to share the source code through emails, communicator. Then what to do? So the solution is you can use that any one of the source code management. In the market, many source code managements are there, right? You can use any one of the source code management like GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket. So Abhishek is asking if they terminate, he can't join in other company also. No, he can join. He can join in other companies. Okay, already immediately they got the jobs and they join in other companies. Don't get scared, guys. Okay, if one company has terminated, not able to join other company, you can join. Okay, so GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, SVN. SVN means subversion, subversion. CVS, concurrent version system, right? Like TFS, Team Foundation Server. This is the Microsoft product. MS means Microsoft. Okay. Arun Prashant is asking, prior to SCM, how the code was shared. So even 20 years back also, the source code managements are there. Okay. So using these source code managements only, they were sharing the source code. Okay. So if you see here, many source code management tools I have listed here, right? But we are going to discuss about that GitHub. So why we need to discuss about the GitHub? So GitHub is a popular. Many people are using this GitHub. And one more thing, if you know the GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, other source code managements are easily can able to learn. So we were talking other day, we were talking about the Azure Devops, right? See, however, GitHub can manage the source code same way. One feature is there in the Azure, so that is called as Azure repos. So Azure, they have their own feature called as Azure repos to manage the source code. To manage the source code. So instead of using this source code management, they have their own feature called as Azure repos. There they are going to store the source code. Right. If you know that GitHub or GitLab, even Azure repos also very simple. Right. So maybe in 1 month or 1.5 months, in we are going to start that Azure DevOps also. Just first we are going to start for only our students only. Because if you know whatever the DevOps which we are discussing, learning Azure DevOps is very simple. Just maybe 1 month. Okay. So we are planning to start very soon. First we'll give that training for only our students only. Okay. Because if you know whatever the tools which we are discussing as part of DevOps master program, learning Azure is very easy. Azure DevOps. Okay. So if you want to learn the Azure DevOps, first you should know the Linux command, shell scripting, right? Git concepts and all. Already we're discussing all those things in our as part of our DevOps master program, right? So don't worry on this one. Anyway, we are going to cover as part of Azure DevOps master program. If anybody interested, you guys can enroll it. Okay, not now, later after your DevOps course completed. Okay, so now we'll discuss about this GitHub. I hope everyone has created account in the GitHub. Same way, however you guys created account in the GitHub, you guys can create account in GitLab also. So if you can go here, okay, gitlab.com, GitLab login, okay, gitlab.com. Okay, same way, Bitbucket, bitbucket.org. Use any one of these URLs, you can create the account, and it's very simple also. Right. So S1 means subversion, CVS means concurrent version system, TFS means team foundation server, team foundation server. Okay, so now we decided to use this GitHub. So GitHub is a centralized source code management where we can manage the source code. So we are calling as SCM. SCM means source code management. So as a DevOps engineer, we are going to create the repository. Repo means repository, shortcut. So what we are going to do? We are going to create a repository. So what do you mean by repository? Repository is nothing but it's a place where we can store the source code. So as a DevOps engineer, we are going to create the repository with the project name. Suppose I want to create a repository for Facebook application. Okay, with the project name, we are going to create the repository Facebook. So once if you create a repository, you are going to get a repository URL. Okay, so that repository URL you can share to the development team. They are going to connect to that remote repository and they are going to push the code. Okay, so can we create multiple repositories for the same project? Can we create the multiple repositories for the same project? Yes, it is possible. Okay, more than one repository you can create for projects, right? There is no limitation. Clear? So now these guys can connect to this remote repository. They can push the code and they can pull the code, right? So before creating a repository, we need to create the organization. Create an organization. So what do you mean by organization? Organization is but it's a boundary for our repositories. So within that organization only, we are going to create the repositories. See, when you are creating a account in this GitHub, this is a public one, right? So anybody can able to log in. Yes or no? In the real time, are we going to use this public GitHub? No, we are not going to use this public GitHub. We are going to use that enterprise GitHub. Enterprise GitHub. Okay. So if you want to use this enterprise GitHub, you have to pay the money and purchase the license. Then you can install this GitHub in the our on servers. So that we are going to get that customized host names like https mss.ghe.com. So Mithun Software Solution ghe.com GitHub Enterprise, right? So we are not going to use this public GitHub. We are going to use the enterprise GitHub in our companies. So Damodaran is asking, is it installable application? If we share the link to dev team to share the source code, the person can access the URL outside of the Office network and download the source code. Outside the Office network means if you log in from your VPN, even if you are working from home also, you can able to access it. Right? VPN is must. Without logging into VPN, you are not able to access it. Right? So this kind of URLs we are going to see, okay, in the real time. We never ever going to use this public GitHub. Okay. So assume we are using this enterprise GitHub, and there we are going to create the repository. So first we are create organization. Within that organization, we are going to create a repository. So is there any difference between public GitHub and enterprise GitHub? Yes. Okay. So here lot of features are there. We'll show you. Okay, so if you use the public GitHub, what are the features you are not going to see? Okay, and also this can be accessible within our organization enterprise GitHub. So this one anybody can able to access. If you have internet, even you can also able to access it. Yes or no? So now we'll log in into the GitHub. So first we'll create a organization, and we are going to create a repository. So after that, see, this is a Facebook application. For this Facebook application, we have created one repository. So for this one, these guys are working, right? So in the same repository, we are going to create that repositories for other projects also, like Instagram. We are developing Instagram application also. So we are going to create the repository in the same repository, same this one GitHub source code management. So for this one also we have separate development team is there, right? So Instagram application is developing by these developers. Okay. So now if you are going to work for Instagram application, those guys has to access only this Instagram application repository. So who are working for Facebook application, those guys has to access only the Facebook application repository. How we are going to manage this access? Instead of giving that access to individual resources, what we are going to do? We are going to create a team. So here team is nothing but it's a group. Okay, so we are going to create the team. We are going to add the resources teams to that users to the team, and we are going to provide the repository access to that particular team, so that in the team whoever available, those guys are going to get the access to that particular repository, right? So what we are going to do after creating a repository, create a team. So after creating a team, what we are going to do, add the users, add the add users to the team, add users to the team, then provide the provide the repository access to the provide the repository access to the team. So these are the things as a DevOps engineer we are going to take care if any new project is onboarded. Suppose if the Facebook application is onboarded, means the Facebook application it's approved, so we can go ahead and develop that application. What we are going to do? So this is only one time activity. So suppose assume if already created, so within that organization we are going to create the repository, we are going to create the team, we are going to add the users. So who are going to work for Facebook application, we are going to add, then we are going to provide the repository access to that particular team, so that in this team whoever available, those guys are going to get the access. Clear? So anybody have any questions? If not, we'll log in into this GitHub. We are going to do that whatever we discussed here. Okay. No questions? Okay. So I hope everyone has created account and they have validated that account. If you see, if you want to log in into this GitHub, just try with github.com. Hit the enter. Okay. So if you want to create account, click on this sign up. Okay. So if you have already created account, click on sign in. So Twinkle is asking, are we going to create the branches as well as? Yes, we'll discuss those things. Okay. What are the branches which we are going to create? Why we need to create that? Which branching strategy you are going to use? So all these things we are going to discuss. So even through VPN, we can access GitHub, right? As it is open source. Yes. See this one, if you have internet, you can able to access it. Right? You don't want to be logging into that VPN also because it is open. Right? Anybody can able to access it. Just if you have internet. So now already I have account. Click on sign in. So guys, I hope everyone has created account. So now I'm going to ask that your user ID to add the users to the team. Okay, make sure you guys immediately share that your user ID. Okay, so click on sign in. So it is going to ask the username or email ID. So username is different, email ID is different. I will show you what is your username. So this is the email ID I have used and I have saved the password. Click on sign in. See here, as soon as you log in, right side you will see that your profile. Click on this drop down. You will see here signed in as Devops training BLR. So this is your username. This is your username. So if you want to set your profile pic under, okay, click on this settings. So you can upload it here, your profile pic. Okay. So even in enterprise edition also in your company, same way you are going to see this profile and settings. So there you can upload it. So here I have given some details like name, email ID. So in the real time, you don't want to give all these details. So I have given this my company domain name, company name under. Right. You don't want to give, just you can give your name, email ID. Okay. If you want, you can give that your profile pic. So like this, you can update your profile details. Right. So now I have successfully logged in into this public github.com. So now I'm going to create that organization. So if you want to create an organization, so Santosh is asking, while installing, it was showing an error, an option that was the an benefit for students that requires validation of student. I didn't get your question, Santosh. Just share that screenshot where you are getting that option so that we'll see. Okay. So now I am going to create that organization. If you want to create an organization, after logging, you will see that plus icon here. Click on that one. You will see the drop down. See here, new organization. Okay, new organization. Click on this new organization. Okay, if you see here, Pick a plan for your organization. Okay, if you see here, 3 plans are there: free plan, team plan, enterprise. Right. So if you want to use the free plan, you don't want to pay the money. Right. So if you want to use that team plan, you have to pay that $40 per user per year. So they have reduced. Earlier they were giving per month. Okay. So now they have reduced. So it is they're saying $40 per user per year for the first 12 months only. Okay. And you see here, these are the features. If you see here, enterprise one. So if you want to use this enterprise version, see here, many features are there. $210 you have to pay if you want to use this enterprise organization, enterprise account. So we'll go with the free. See here, very limited features are there. So click on this create free organization. So in the real time, you are not going to see that screen. As soon as you click on new organization, as soon as you can click on new organization, okay, it will come to this screen. It will come to this screen because already we are using that enterprise version. You are not going to see that select choose a plan, that screen you are not going to see if you are using the enterprise version. In your organization, you are not going to see that one. So here I am going to give that organization name. So I am going to give the organization MSS Devops John Batch. Okay, and contact email ID. So I'm going to give that DevOps training Beller, right? Mail.com. Right. So usually here we are going to give that service email ID. Okay. So service email ID means, so each project they are going to create a one email ID. With that email ID, none of the employees are there in that organization. We should not supposed to give our personal email ID. Why? Because once if you leave that organization, your email ID is no longer going to be available. Right? It is invalid. So that's why we are going to use that service ID, or we can call it functional ID. So when you are creating this organization, that organization name, you have to give that appropriate name. Suppose you are working in MSS, Mithun Software Solutions, and in that Mithun Software Solutions, assume you are in the e-commerce department. So that is one business unit name, because we are going to develop all the e-commerce related applications in that organization, in that business unit. So we are calling that one. So like that, many business units are there in each company. Yes or no? Departments. So they have their own projects. Like suppose if you are say if you say if you are in cloud business unit, so there they are going to develop that all the cloud technologies related projects, right? So with that name we can give. So MSS e-commerce, that name you can give it, and this functional ID mail you can use, and this one you are not going to see if you are using that enterprise one. Okay, only you are going to see these two. So this organization belongs to my personal account, a business or institution. So select that my personal account only. Okay, so here you can enable this checkbox. Here I accept the terms and conditions. So no one is going to read this terms of services. Yes or no? Terms and conditions. Just we'll accept. Okay, we'll click on. Not only now. Okay, even when you are creating any account. Hmm? Right. So Suresh Kumar is asking, same email ID which we have given while creating account, can we give here? Yes, if you want, you can give now. Okay, but in the real time, we are going to give the service ID. Okay, click on next. So it is saying that organization name is not available. Okay, it's already someone has given with this name. Yes or no? I think someone has created. So I'm going to give that 6 a.m. Okay, select this one. Click on. Okay, so complete setup. So don't invite anyone. Next. So just scroll down. So here they're asking some input from you guys. If you want, you can give, or if you don't want, just scroll down, click on submit. So now you have created a organization, right? So once if you create organization, if you see under repositories, it is not showing anything, right? It is empty. Just take this one. So this is your organization URL, right? So this is your organization URL. If you observe here, how that URL is created, formed. This is your SCM URL slash the organization name. So like that it is going to form, right? So now within this organization, I am going to create the repository. How to create a repository? If you see here, create create a new repository. Okay. Or if you see here, new repository. Use this option, or you can use this option also. Just click on this one, create new repository. If you observe, so automatically it is going to select that the organization name, and here you can give it. So go back, and if you click on this new repository, if you see, it is going to select your account name. So manually we have to go and select this one, like this one, right? So give the repository name. So usually the repository name which we are going to give as project name, Facebook, right? So description, it is the option. If you want, you can give the description about that project. So what this project contains. Okay. If you see here, public and private, right? So by default, it is going to select private. If you want, you can select that public. So public means anybody can able to see that your repository, and whatever the source code is there, na, that source code can able to see by others. See here, anyone on the internet can see this repository. You choose who can commit. You choose who can commit, right? So anyone on the internet can see this repository if you select that public. But you have to choose who can commit. Who can commit means who can update the code. If you want to update the code, you have to provide the access. But if you select the private, see, you choose who can see and commit this repository. So if you select the private means they are not able to see. Okay. So first we'll create that public repository. We'll create the public repository. Okay, so don't select any of these checkboxes. It is showing that initialize this repository with these things. Add a readme file, git ignore, choose a license. Don't select any of these checkboxes. Just what you have to do, give the repository name, select here the access, whether it is a public or private based on your requirement, but most of the time it will be private only. Okay, so first we'll create the public one, then don't select any of these checkboxes. Okay, then click on create repository. So after creating public repository, is it possible to change it to private? By mistake I forget, I selected that public, but I should suppose to select that private. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Okay, so we'll discuss later how to change from public to private, private to public, all these things. Click on create repository. See, we have created a repository. So once if you create a repository, it is going to create that two types of URLs. One is the HTTPS URL. So this is the HTTPS URL. So another one, just click on SSH. This is the SSH. Just click on this clipboard. Automatically it is going to copy. Okay. So this is the SSH URL. Okay. One is HTTPS URL. Another one is SSH URL. Right. So either one we can use it. Okay. To connect to the repository and to push the code. So we'll discuss how to use the SSH URL, how to use the HTTPS URL. Okay. If you observe that how that repository URL is formed, uh, the source code management URL, organization name, repository name. We have given the repository name as Facebook. Yes or no? See? Right. So now you guys can able to access it. Okay. I have shared this one in the chat box. You guys can able to access this one. Yes or no? Because it is a public one. This is a public one. Yes or no? Can you confirm? Yes. People has confirmed. They can able to access it. Right. So now I will create one more repository. So go back to our organization. If I say go back to organization, click on this organization name. Okay. So this is our repository. Click on this repository. See, one repository is showing. So you can create another repository also. So if you want, you can click on this one, new repository. See here, automatically it will select that organization name and give the name. So I'm going to give that Instagram. Okay. So description optional. So now I'm going to select this private. Okay. Click on repository, create repository. So now see if I give this, this is the private repository. Okay. So now if I share this one, you guys are not able to access it. You guys will get that 404. Yes or no? Can you check it and let me know? We are getting that 404. Yes or no? 404. Not found. 404 means not found. Shafi, what you said that one? So Dharma, Dharmendran is one repository for one project, but organization may consist multiple repositories. Is it correct? Yes. See, also same project can have multiple repositories also. See, assume for Facebook application, we are separately creating that UI code and backend code. That time, what we are going to do? Facebook hyphen UI, Facebook hyphen backend. So like this, we are going to create the two repositories for same project. Clear? So if UI code and front end both back end code in the same repository, so that time we are going to create the repository name is Facebook. Your wish. Okay. So within this organization, you can create n number of repositories. N number of repositories. There is no limitation. See here, one repository is private, another repository is public one. Another one is public one. Clear? So already you guys saw that one. Public repository can be anybody accessible. Private repository, no. So now what I'm going to do? I'm going to create the teams. So we have created that repositories. Now we are going to create the teams. So how to create a team? Very simple. If you see here, click on these teams. Right now, no teams are there. Click on this new team. So give the team name. So the team name which I am going to give as Facebook hyphen dev team. Facebook hyphen dev team. So description, if you want, you can give, or you can ignore it. It is optional. And visible. So by default, it is going to select visible. Means others can able to see this team name and how many members are there. Select this visible. Click on create. Create. Right. So like this, you can create the teams. So after, like, you can create n number of teams. If you see, this is your team URL. How the team URL? Source code management URL, args, organization name, teams, the team name, right? So now I want to add the users to this particular team. I want to add the users to the team. So how to add the users to this particular team? Click on members. See here, by default, one user has added. One user has added, right? So now you can add the team members. How? If you see here, right side, add a member. So you guys can share with me your username so that I'm going to share. Okay. Thank you. So people are giving. Okay. Enough. Okay. Enough so that I can take one or two. I said enough. Again, you are giving means you are not understanding my language. Enough. Okay, so last has given that Mahindra Verma, so I don't want to take that one. So whoever gave that first will give the preference to them. Okay, so first person has given us, okay, Karthik. Good. So see here, not a member to this organizational team. Just click on this one, okay, and click on invite. Okay, so like that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to invite to all the guys, not all, so maybe 5 to 6 users. Invite, invite. So once if I invite, okay, you guys going to get that mail from that GitHub. Okay, just you can check it. You guys are getting mails right from the GitHub. You guys go and accept that one. Then only you guys can able to add it to that team, right? Clear? So, but in the real time, if you are using enterprise one, once if you click on invite to add a member, or click on add a member, and if you click on add, automatically it is going to add to that team. So Nikita already accepted. That's why I can able to see her ID in that this particular team. So oh, many people has accepted. Ashok, Dharma, Mahendra, hmm, right? So like this, still one person he didn't. So Karthik, okay, he didn't accept it. So now these guys going to get that normal access, right? See here we have change role. Okay, so suppose for Nikita I want to give that admin access. Click on change role. See here maintainer. Maintainer means administrator. Change role. So now if you see for Nikita it is showing that the tag is maintainer. Tag is it showing maintainer, right? So like this we are going to add the resources to this particular team who is going to work for that particular project, right? So now these guys are working. Okay, so how we are going to provide the repository access? Very simple. Now go to the repositories. See, this team doesn't have any repositories. Click on add repository. So here just search with that repository name. It is going to display here. See, organization slash repository name. Organization name slash repository. Select this one and click on add repository to the team. So if you see by default, it is going to select that read access. Means they can able to see the code. They are not able to update the code. So now what I'm going to do? So first guys, okay. So whatever this repository is there, na, you guys can access it. So Naveen is asking, Nikita, since you are admin, try to add my ID in the group. Naveen Kumar Reddy ji, Kumar G Reddy. Yes, she can able to. Okay, she can able to see that add a member. Uh, add a member. If she will go to here, okay, and you will see that add a member. So Nikita just can confirm. Okay, so I'm sharing the team URL. Just open this one, and you will see that add a member. Yes or no? So now I have provided that repository access to this particular repository. So I have shared that repository URL. So whoever added to this repository, who are added to this particular team, you guys can open that one, that repository. So now you guys are not able to see this option, na? Yes or no? You guys are not able to see this option. So Nikita has confirmed, yes, she can able to add a member. She is saying that yes, I'm able to see add member because she is the administrator. Guys, can you confirm? You guys are not able to see this option. Yes or no? Because you guys have the read access. So now what I'm going to do, I will go to the team. How can these teams? See, this is the team which we created. So go to the repositories. So for this particular repository, I'm going to change from read to that write access. So I have selected that write. So now you guys can go and see. You guys can able to see that read option. Yes or no? Can you confirm that write access? You guys can able to create the files in this repository now. Yes. See, people has confirmed. They can able to see that one. So if you click on this repository, those guys who are there in that particular repository, the particular team, so those guys can able to see now, create a new file, upload an existing file, right? Because you guys have the right access. So now for same team, can we give that other repository access also? Yes, if you want, you can give. Okay, how? Go here, click on repositories. You can go here, click on add a repository, search with here Instagram. Instagram, click on add to team. So now you guys can able to access the Instagram repository. Okay, so I'm sharing. So whoever available in this particular team, so these guys can able to access that Instagram repository. Even though it is a private, these guys can able to. Can you confirm, guys? You guys can able to access or not? Yes, people has confirmed. Let's see. They can able to access now, but they are not able to see that create new file because they don't have the write access. Just they have the read access. Yes or no? Just they have read access. Clear? So now for this particular repository, click on this repositories. So this repository I made as a private by mistake. So no one can able to see until unless if you provide the access. Is it possible to give that public access? Yes. How? If you see, if you log in as a admin to that repository, you will see the settings tab. Click on the settings tab. Okay. So just scroll down. So if you want, you can rename also. See here, repository name. If you want, you can rename also here. Just change it. Give the click on rename. Just scroll down. If you see here, danger zone. Under danger zone, you will see that change repository visibility. Click on change visibility. So make it public. Okay. So it is see. Please type the repository name to confirm. Copy this one and paste it here. Click on I understand. Change the repository visibility. It has updated. Now anybody can able to access it. Just can you confirm, guys? You guys can able to access this repository or not? Hmm? Yes, it is possible, right? So like this, you can create the repositories, provide the access as like private or public. Okay, based on your requirement. Okay. Now you guys see the clear difference between public and private, right? So if you create the private repository, they are not able to access it. Yes or no? Is it possible to hide any particular repository to the members? Assume organization have multiple projects like a Facebook team should not allow to see that inside. Yes, see, now we have created that one team, right? So if you create that private, whoever providing the access to the team, those guys can able to access that repository. Others they are not able to access it. So usually in the real time, we are creating the repositories as a private, and we are creating the teams, adding the users to the team, providing the repository access to whom we need to provide it, the respective person. See here, two teams are there. One is Facebook dev team, another one is Instagram dev team. So for Facebook dev team, we are going to provide the access to the Facebook repository. For Instagram dev team, we are going to provide the Instagram repository only. Like that, we are going to manage that access. Clear? Okay. So we have created the organization. Within that the organization, we have created a repository. We have created a team. We have added the users to the team. We have provided the repository access to the team. So these steps: creating repository, creating team, add users to the team, provide the repository access to the team. These four steps we are going to repeat if any new project is onboarded. Clear, guys, about this admin activities? Mahesh is asking, is there any limit for adding team members for a repository? No, you can add a number of users to the team. Clear? So now, if you see, if you want to delete a repository or if you want to delete a team, suppose I want to delete a team, go to that team, you will see the settings tab. Click on the settings tab, just scroll down, see here, delete this team. Once deleted, it will be gone forever. Please be certain. Means once if you delete, you are not able to restore it. Right. So like this, you can delete the team. Same way, delete the repository also. Go to the repositories, select any repository, click on the settings tab, just scroll down. You will see the danger zone. Delete this repository. Once you delete the repository, there is no going back. Please be certain. Means once if you delete a repository, you are not able to recover. Right? Same way, you can delete this organization also. See here, the organization display name, email. If you want, you can give this all these details. Just scroll down. See here, danger zone. See here, rename organization. If you rename this organization, make sure you have to be communicate to that all the developers. Why? Because if you rename this organization, the repository URL is also going to change. See right now, This is the repository URL. If you rename that organization name, it is going to change. So entire repository URL is going to change. Make sure before changing, before renaming, you can check with all the development team. Is there any concerns? Then you can change it. Clear? See here, renaming your organization can have unintended side effects. Okay, click on this rename. Understood. So give some name. Okay, so 6 a.m. batch. Click on change organization. Rename. So your organization has been renamed. Click on this one. See now it's changed. So now if you go to that organization and if you see the repositories, click on any repository. Take this repository URL and just compare it with the previous one. See, the URL has changed. So that's why be careful when you are renaming this one. So now, if I delete this organization, go to the settings tab. See, the organization also having the settings tab, team also having the settings tab, repository also having the settings tab. So if you delete this organization, what will happen? Under this organization, whatever the repositories, whatever the teams, everything it is going to be deleted. Make sure before deleting organization, check that what are the repositories are there. Okay, for what purpose they have created, you can check it with that respective team lead. Usually we are not going to delete these things. Okay, so Jasprit is asking, when the organization name is changed, can the team access with the updated link, or does admin have to grant the access again? No need. Okay, so if you go and see, okay, go to the teams. Okay, just the team URL is going to change, but if you go and see, still the members are there, and these guys are also going to get the access. Guys can confirm now the repository URL. Once if you open that URL, okay, you will see that write access and all for Facebook application, for Flipkart application, you guys can Instagram application, you guys can see that read access. Yes or no? So there is no change in the team if you rename the organization. So the problem with the only the repository URLs only. Clear, guys? Anybody have any questions? So as a DevOps unit, we are the responsible for doing all these admin activities. Okay. Saitesh is asking, can we see who are viewing this repos? Yes. Okay. So like whoever created that fork, that one we can see. So I will show you one of our. We have one organization in that we have many repositories are there. Many other training guys also accessing our repositories which we created. So while creating, it was showing that for the free account we have 200 minutes per month. How it will be calculated by login time, or so no. So whatever we are pushing the code, pulling the code, that one it is going to calculate it. Clear? So everyone should complete this one before coming to this next class. So when you are attending classes, you guys will feel, oh, it's very simple. But when you start, okay, practicing, then you will feel, oh, how to create the repository, how to create the team. You guys can get confused. But if you do practice one or two times, easily you can able to remember, right? Yes or no? So the navigation flow is very important. Okay, from repository to how to jump to the teams, right? How to provide access, all these things. So Santosh is asking difference between TFS and GitHub. We'll discuss all those things in next classes. Yes, that Dharmendran, I'm going to share the documents, but whatever the class I have explained today, ne, for this class, I don't have any documents. Just I will share the recorded video, just to go through that one. So earlier I have created a step-by-step document with the screenshots. But these GitHub guys are changing frequently that UI changes and all. So whatever I'm preparing, after 6 months or 8 months, it is outdating. It is very difficult to update every time. So that's why I stopped that updating. Okay. So I was taking all these things, screenshots, updating and all. But keep on they're changing. So again, I need to update that screenshots, flow and all. So I will share the recorded video. Just go through that one and remember the things, guys. So first, create an organization, then create a team, create a repository, create a team, create a team, add users to the team. That's all. Provide repo access to the team. Okay, just follow these steps. That's all. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to discuss about that git commands. It's very important. Okay, in the interview perspective, these git commands are very important. So whatever we discuss it today, they are not going to ask. Okay, but it is very important whatever we are going to discuss tomorrow onwards, the interview perspective. But today whatever we discuss is that administrative work, na, that is very important in the real time work. Clear? So before coming to the next class, you guys has to install that git bash in your laptop. So git. So how to install it? Very simple. If you go to our website, Devops tools download page, there you will see that git bash. Click on this one. It will take you to the official download. So if you are using Windows, download this Windows and you can install it. You guys have to install in your laptop. So Sumit is saying I was mistakenly placed in DevOps classes. Sir, as teacher says, the 1,000 projects, all the projects have different repo names, but same organization name. Yes. See, usually in TCS, or suppose assume TCS having many departments, right? Many departments. So each department they have their own organization. Usually each department they have their own organization. Clear? Okay. Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So Om Prakash is saying, can we create the groups? Groups is nothing but teams here. Yes, you can create a number of teams. Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.